Well, we had a pretty normal labor and delivery. You know, they suction and they're doing all their tests and things, and they just kind of kept trying to suction him. And I got to see him for a little bit, and then they just sort of whisked him away and tried to clear his airway, and he didn't really come back. And so I kept asking, you know, where is he? What's going on? And they said, oh, he's having a little bit of trouble breathing. We can't seem to clear his nasal passages. Within 6 hours of his birth, they had called the team over at Kapiolani, and they sent a transport team to bring him over to Kapiolani Hospital where he could get the best care.
When I got there, I saw him in an isolate with tubes coming out of him. That was one of the hardest nights we had.
Lots and lots of tests, lots of specialists coming in, lots of poking and prodding, and they discovered he had a hole between his esophagus and his trachea, and they needed to do surgery. I remember the first time he actually did let me hold him. He was all bundled up and wrapped up, and he had black, straight, short hair sticking up out of the blankets. That was the first picture that anybody, our friends and family, got to see of Ikaika. After his first surgery that he had, we tried to feed him, and he coded. He turned blue. So they put a G-tube in, and that was his second surgery. We had more tests done and discovered he had a couple breathing issues.
I offered the parents to do a tracheotomy tube, which is a surgical airway placed through the neck incision and create an opening into his windpipe and allow him to breathe through that tube.
Every day was a new day for us. There'd be times where Amanda and I would you know, silently cry. But it was hard at times.
When he was 2 months old, and we had just put the trach in, we were thinking about, you know, getting ready to go, and they said, oh, there's another test that we need to do now that he's more medically stable. We need to do another hearing test. And that's when we discovered that he had a moderate to severe hearing loss.
He cannot hear speech if people talk in the normal conversational level like this. We started to put hearing aid on him because his parents would like him to start to hear, because the child learning process starts when all the senses are being activated, including hearing.
We had a great primary nurse, and she taught us how to be Ikaika's parents. How to change the G-tube, how to change the trach, how to do all the things we needed to do, make the formula, feed him. So great to have somebody there to walk us through and teach us so that we were able to take care of it the next time. He had several doctors, and they all wanted to see him weekly in the beginning, and then it was monthly, and then it was every 3 months, and then we dropped off a doctor here and there because he was doing so well. We're now up to every 6 months with a few of our specialists at Kapiolani.
He has been working on make friends with food.
So it's just a learning process. Every time he swallows, he has to think about swallowing. Every time he chews, he's got to think about not biting his tongue and where those things are. So it's just a process, but we're getting there. In one place, you've got the right people. If you need an x-ray, it's right there. You need the audiology department, they're right there. You need the heart doctor, they're right there. He's so much better. You know, the trach is out now, and he goes to school, and he's very independent. Kapiolani is still there for us, and we envision them still in our lives.
Earlier today, I heard that he's eating pancakes, and that's a humongous improvement.
And I think Ikaika's nature is beautiful. He loves life. I think he had so many challenges early, and he had a lot of close calls early, that he values life and cherishes it and sees every moment as just a way to say, thank God I'm alive, and thank God things are well.